Good morning, or afternoon actually. It is afternoon. I've done 2 or 3 lives this morning. They've all been morning ones. So good afternoon, Virtual Village Hall, and welcome to my little studio where I do all my workouts from every day of the week. Just going to wait for 1 or 2 of you to hopefully join me today. We're going to be doing a little workout using some hand weights, so some weighted workouts. So you're going to need some hand weights for this one, or something you can use as a hand weight. So I'll just give you a couple of minutes for you to find me. We're due to start for about 3 o'clock. It's my normal time slot, 3 o'clock on a Monday. So who's going to come and do some workouts with me? I'm going to get my hand weights sorted. I've got a couple of sets of weights here, waiting to be used. And my music is raring to go. Got that turned on and ready to go. A bit of a disco feel of music today. How are you all today? Just a little bit of a bop while I wait for you to come on. Let's have a listen, see what we've got today. Yeah, some good old disco music. There we go. 1 or 2 of you starting to come onto Facebook now and to join me. Just tilt you down a little bit so I can make sure that I can see you nice and clearly. Yeah, there we go. Who's going to join me today then? Who's joining me for a weighted workout? So it's not going to be too aerobic. We are going to do a little bit of a warm-up anyway to start with. And then we're going to use some weights, or you're going to use some weights if you've got them. If you haven't got them, you could use a couple of bottles of water, or you could make your own hand weights. You could make your hand weights. So you could fill your bottles of water with sand or stones, and you can make some hand weights. Who's joining me today for my weighted workout? I see you starting to come into my studio now, ready for our workout. There's 1 or 2 of you just starting to jump on now, and hopefully you're able to find me. Sometimes that's a little bit of a problem, isn't it? Sometimes finding the workouts, they don't always pop up into notifications. I found that with 1 or 2 of my own groups, that the notifications don't always pop up. So you do sometimes have to go looking, don't you, to see what's on in the day on this page, or on whatever page you're following. Yeah. You're going to need some hand weights. If you've just jumped onto this page to join me, say hello, because it's good to know where people are in this country, or perhaps you're further afield than that in another country. It's always good to know where you're watching from, what part of the country you're watching from, and whether you've got any weights. Thank you for the little thumbs up. I'm not quite sure because I haven't got any notifications, so I'm not sure whether you are signing in with a hello or not, because they're certainly not coming through. I am getting some little love hearts and some thumbs up. Thank you. I've got no notifications, so usually when I start a live, it comes up saying, oh, Sally's watching or Sue's watching, and none of that is happening at the moment. So I know that some people are joining me in the studio, but I'm not sure who's joining me. Ah, Connie, that's lovely. Thank you. Oh, I'm so pleased. Because I had no notifications, and I wasn't sure whether it was just Facebook not giving me notifications, or it was just a case that people weren't coming in to say hi, although I had a few thumbs up. So welcome, Connie. Yes, Connie, you've already done a workout with me this morning, haven't you? And we've had a chat on the balcony. So we've seen each other 2 or 3 times a day already. Who else is joining me today for this weighted workout? So it's not going to be aerobic, you're not going to be jumping or leaping around. This is really very much about toning the muscles in your body, strengthening the bones, of course. We use weights to strengthen. Toning, so for shape of, say, your arms and your shoulders. Or, oh, hi Kim, hi Kim. Hi Nadine, again, nice to see you, hello. Yeah, we were just talking about why we work with weights. Is it important to work with weights? You know, is it necessary to work with weights? You know, when we're looking at the whole fitness, you feeling fitter, stronger, healthier picture, then yes, you want to be doing some cardiovascular exercise. That's the bit that keeps your heart healthy. Some dance, some exercise to music, some treadmill, running in a gym or walking the dog, cycling, some cardiovascular exercise. But you also want to be doing some workout using weights, and it can be just hand weights like we're going to do today, or it could be some weights in the gym. And I don't mean pumping big heavy weights. I'm talking about light weights, just using them for toning, using them for strengthening your bones in particular. And that's really important for ladies, that we have healthy, strong bones in the fight against osteoarthritis, that sort of thing, or osteoporosis. You know, it's really good to make sure that we keep our bones strong, really strong. So using some hand weights is a very simple way of doing some weights. And you can do some what we call weight-bearing exercises. Hi Val, again. You can do weight-bearing exercises. That's where you use your own body weight, and that's very effective as well. And we are going to do a little bit of weight-bearing, but we're also going to be having weights on our hands as well, so that we can kind of double up on those exercises. So if you have got at home some weights of some kind, and if you're lucky enough to have a couple of sets of weights that are different in weight, you know, a lighter and a heavier one, bring those to the room as well, because you find that some exercises you can do, and you can do it with a lighter weight. So if you're doing an exercise that goes over your head, we tend to go for a lighter weight. But if you're doing an exercise where your arms stay lower down, below your shoulders, then often you find you can use a slightly heavier weight. Hi Jackie, hello Jackie again. Yeah, so you can play around with weights. You know, you can put light ones down and pick heavier ones up, or put heavy ones down and pick light ones up. You do need to have a weight where you do feel like, you know, you are working. You don't want it to be so light that you're not feeling any resistance, because it's about resistance training. So we're not going to do anything it's not going to bulk you up or make you muscular, you know, sort of bodybuilding. We're using a lightish weight, but it's just going to enhance your exercise, and it's more for shape and tone and strong bones, the weighted exercise that we're going to do today. So, you know, don't worry about using weights. You won't bulk up. When you see these sort of bodybuilder types, it's because they're using really, really heavy weights that they can barely lift, and they do what we call low repetitions. So they'll get a really big heavy weight, and they maybe can only do, say, 8 of them, and that's their max. And it encourages the muscle to grow. But what we're doing is we're using weights for conditioning and toning and strengthening, so our weights are lighter. So get yourself some weights if you've got them. If you haven't got weights, of course, you might be at home, you may not have any weights. So you can just make a little fist and just resist the movement. So instead of just letting your arms go up and down like this, pretend you've got heavy weights in your hands and just do some resistance, some natural resistance. Okay, so I've got 2 lots of weights. As I said, I've got a heavier and a lighter. So this one is a 1 kilo and this one is a 2 kilo. And I will swap between the 2 depending what exercise I'm going to do. Now, of course, if you have an injury, so if you have an injury, say you have a shoulder injury or an elbow injury, you may not be able to use weights at all on that side. So you can do it where you've just got the weight in your good side, and you just make a little fist and just go through the movement on the other side. Or you're holding a heavier weight on one hand and a lighter weight on the other one, because of that, maybe that little injury that you have. And of course, if there's any of these exercises that we do today that you personally can't do, so if you can't do something where you lift your arm up because of your shoulder, keep your arm down and change it and adapt it to one that you can do. So always improvise, always change. That's the rule. It's your personal workout, so you've got to make it fit you. Okay, so I am going to start with just a little bit of loosening up. So find a little space. So once again, you clear away a little bit of space. Make sure that everything is cleared around you. And just do a little march for me. Just a little march. Because we just want to just lightly warm ourselves up a little bit. Just a gentle warm up. March it through. Now can you step forward, forward, back? We call it a little box step. And it's just forward, forward, back, back. Forward, forward, back, back. Soften your knees. Forward, forward, back and back. Forward, forward, back and back. Good. Forward, forward, back and back. Lovely. 2 more. Now step touch to your right. Soft knees again. Just a little gentle bounce. And I'm pushing through my thighs. Just going to warm the thighs up a little bit. And now let's add a shoulder shrug. A shoulder lift. There we go. Just a little shoulder. Lovely. And then we'll take the arms across a little bit. Just get a little bit of a swing going as we start to warm the body up. And then just let one hand swing naturally forward. Good. And now start to push across. Hold the abs in. Tummies pulled in. Soft knees. Push away. Good. Reach over. Nice and tall. So just all we're doing is literally just raising the heart rate up just a little bit and just getting ourselves warmed up. Good. Reach across. Good. Lovely. Good. Reach up. Lovely. Now curl the arms together. Just a little curl. Give me a little kick back with your heel. So just kick back to the buttocks. Good. And now just pull your arms up in the middle. Make a little V shape with your elbows. That's great. So it's all very gentle. Lovely. Now curl your arms up again. We're just going between these 2 moves. And now pull them up again. Now I'm using these moves to warm up. These 2 moves. Curl them again because these are the moves we're going to use with our weights in a moment. Pull them up. So I'm almost warming up the muscles in the same way that I'm going to work those muscles in a moment. Curl them up. Lovely. Thank you for a little heart. Bend knees. Now through your thighs, just start to warm up those legs. A little sort of squat and then lift. Just getting some oxygen, some blood supply to these large muscles in the thighs. Good. Let's do another 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now the step touch. Roll the shoulder. Good. There we go. Last 4, 3, 2, and march down. Well done. Okay. Let's just turn that down a little bit. Get yourself your weights, whatever you're going to use now. So I'm going to start with a heavier weight to start, the 2 kilo, just because my arms are lower down. So find yourself that little space again. Now I like to just keep my feet moving. So I'm going to do a little step touch. There we go. Palms up and curl. I like to just keep feet moving a little bit. So you could just march on the spot. You don't have to step touch. And I'm doing a nice what we call bicep curl. Strengthening and toning of the arms. So the front of your arm, your upper arm, the bicep, is a fairly well-known muscle group, isn't it, the biceps? The most important thing with weights is the movement is controlled. Everything else other than the working muscle is relaxed. So my shoulders are down. I'm just focusing on these curls. And if you remember, I said to you in the warm-up, we did some of these in our warm-up because I knew that I was going to do some biceps, so I kind of already warmed up my bicep muscle. 8, 7. You can just do a little march if you don't want to step touch, but it's better than standing rigidly still. Once you've got moving, we'll just keep our heart rate up just a little bit. Last 4, last 3, last 2, 1. Good. Now, there's the other move that I did in the warm-up. Made a little V shape, and this is for the triceps. Now this is at the back of the arm, upper arm again, or your underarm. And this is an area of the body that, for ladies particularly, can get a little bit flabby as we get older. And that's because we generally don't use those muscles as much. Unless, of course, if you do a job, maybe you do a job where you do a lot of lifting. Maybe you do use those muscles quite a lot. And you don't have a problem with the underarms. You know, some people call them bingo wings, don't they? Look at my bingo wings. It's that sort of upper arm area that can get a little bit flabby. So, if you do your tricep exercises regularly, that won't happen. 8 more. 8. Can you see I'm making a V shape, keeping my weights lower and my elbows higher? And it's important you do that to really hit those tricep muscles. Last 4, 4, 3, 2, and there, and 1, that's good. Okay, now I'm going to change to my lighter weights now. So these are 1 kilo, 1 kilo. And that's simply, let's do that little step touch again. That's simply that I'm going to take my arms out to the side to here, to there. Good. And so last year, or maybe a little bit longer than that to be fair, I actually had a diagnosed frozen shoulder on my right shoulder, which I had for about, well, nearly a year before I had different treatment on it, which helped. And so my shoulders are a little bit weaker. And so I've gone down in my weights. I've gone to a 1 kilo, just because I don't want to, I don't want to put too much weight on those shoulders. And that's why I said, if you are very lucky to have the choice of a couple of sets of weights, then you can swap them about. Now, can you see that I'm only lifting my arms shoulder height? They're not going any higher than the shoulders, and my elbows are slightly curved. If I show you from the side, I keep my elbows curved. So you want to avoid doing this one with straight arms. Keep your shoulders down. Are you starting to feel it? So what we're doing high repetitions. So lower weights, but lots of them. 4, and I can just start to feel them now. 3, 2, get that last one done, and that's 1. Oh, yeah, just starting to feel in the shoulders. And in between any of these exercises, you know, you can just take them behind, stretch them out if you feel you need to get a stretch out as well. Yeah? Okay, so now we're going to take both our weights into our right hand, or you can just have one weight if it's heavier. Take the left foot forward, right foot back. Now lean forward on your left leg. Take the right arm down and just do a little rowing action. Just ease the elbow back behind you and row with your arm. Row, down, row, down, row and down. 8 and down. 7, good. 6 and down. 5. So now we're working into the shoulder. We're still working into the arm and a little bit of upper back. So really kind of working down the body from the shoulders and the arms downwards. Row. Good, row. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, I'm only going to use one weight for this. I'm going to go row, extend, under, down. Row, extend, under, down. Row, press, under, down. Row, press, under, down. Row, press. So this works into the shoulder, upper back, and then into the back of the arm, tricep. Can you see that? And down. So it's a row, press, under, down. A row, press, under, down. And as you stand, nice flat back, keep your tongue pulled in. Try not to look behind you. Just move the arm away from you. 2 more. Let's do 1 more. And relax it down. Good, well done. Let's do the other side. So I started with the 2 weights. I've got my right leg forward now, my left arm is down. Abs pulled in, flat back. And just stop, just turn that right down just a tiny bit. I'm whistling at you a little bit. So just starting with a row. There we go, just going to go row and down, row and down, row and down, row, good, row and down, row and down. Nice strong movement, nice strong movement. Row, down, row, down. 8, down, 7, down, 6, down, 5 and down, 4 and down, 3 and down, 2, that's good. And now row and extend, row, extend, there we go, into tricep, row, extend. I think there's nothing nicer than sort of nice, strong, shapely arms, not muscular, shapely. Row, press, under, down. Row, press, under, down. Row, press, under, down. Row, press, under. Let's do 4 more. 4, press away and down. 3, press away. Come on, let's do 2, press away. 1 more time. Row, press away and relax. Good. How does that feel? A little bit in the shoulders, isn't it? Because when you're doing this exercise, you feel it in your shoulders. Your shoulders are sort of holding your arms in place while you do the exercise. So you will feel a bit in the shoulders, yeah? Okay, so let's just, I'm going to come to the side again. Soften your knees, tummy's in, flatten your back. Now lean forward and take your arms out to the side. Squeeze your shoulder blades back. Now with this one you have to bend forward, soften the knees, keep your tummies pulled in. These are called dumbbell flies. Good. And they work into your back muscles. squeeze your shoulder blades. Make sure you bend the knees and you're forward slightly. 8, 7, good. 6, 5, shoulder blades together. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. It's really important that you bend forward with this one and you bring your shoulder blades together. Yeah? We do spend a lot of time, and a lot of people do jobs where they're forward, either at an office desk, counter, conveyor belt, bench, forward like this. They spend a lot of our day like that across, and what happens is at the end of the day we leave with these sort of rounded shoulders, and they should be pulled back and down. And if you do that physically, pull them back and down, you feel a bit of stretch across there. And what I'm doing with some of these exercises is trying to get you to open up your chest there and get those shoulders back. Yeah. Okay, so let's do another little exercise. Let's have the weights in our right hand. Reach down. Reach down. Now again, shoulders back. Pull your tummy muscles in. Now you could go for heavier weights with this one. You could take heavier weights. I've still got hold of my light ones, but you could do heavier weights. Now, you know I was saying at the beginning about working with weights. You can do weight-bearing exercises, and a squat is a weight-bearing exercise because you're using your body weight as the weight. So we're going to do in just a moment a few little squats. Make sure you push your hips back. Keep your thumbs pulled in, like you're going to sit down on a chair. So we're going to do one squat, here we go, and one waist bend. So, push back, and waist bend. Push back, waist bend. I'm doing a little combo of the two moves. Push back, waist bend. Push back, good. Waist bend. Push your hips back, waist bend. Push back through your hips. 4 more. 4. Side bend. 3. Side bend. 2 more. Good. Keep your chest up. 1 more time. That's lovely. And relax. Good. Just march. Let's do the other side. Feet apart. Just the waist bend first. Now make sure you've got your knees slightly bent. Slightly bent. Shoulders back. Imagine you're standing between 2 pieces of glass. So you can't go forward, you can't go back. You're sandwiched in the middle. The shoulders are back. No rounded shoulders. Let's get rid of those rounded shoulders. Good. And again, let's go. 4, 3, 2. Now you ready to do that little squat? Let's squat then, hips back. Now I'm using my right hand on my thigh just to support me when I go down into the squat. And bend, squat back, good. And again, we push the hips back, side bend. Push the hips back, side bend. Push the hips back and the side bend. Good. 4 more. Bend. 3 more. 2 more. Push the hips back. 1 more time. There we have it. And that's good. Lovely. So we just focus a bit on the waist. We did some weight-bearing squats, which is always good for the legs. Now, if you've got a mat, or if you're on the carpet, just spend 5 minutes with me down on the floor, if you can. If you can't go on the floor, then take a seat on a chair and mimic the moves from a chair. So I'm going to just quickly put my mat down, because I want to work on my chest muscles. I'll work on my chest muscles. Strengthening the chest muscles. So when we come down, we knees bent. I've got a cushion as well. I've got a cushion there. When you're laying on the floor, make sure that your tummy is slightly tilted and you're supported by the mat. Take the arms up. Turn the knuckles in and circle the hands. So make a little circle, out for 2, up for 2. So they kind of go out in a half semicircle and then they come back to make a circle above the chest there. 1, 2. Now when you're laying there, just tilt your pelvis very slightly up. Tilt your pelvis. Grip everything nice and tight. And this is a great exercise for your pectoral muscles, your chest muscles. And again, out, out, up, up, out, out, up. Slowly, slowly, out, out, up, up, out, out, up. Good, 4 more. Out and out, up and up, out and out, up. 3 more. Out, out, up. 2 more. Out, out. We'll do one more time. Out, out, up. Now, turn them the other way as if you're holding a barbell. Now, bring your elbows to the floor and push them up straight. Imagine a barbell, a long bar, with weights on the end. Down, up, down, up, down, up. This is all, these exercises on the floor for the chest, shoulders and arms. Down, up, down, up, down and up. 4, up, 3, push up, 2. If you're on the chair, you can sit and bring the elbows back and push them forward. So mimic the moves seated on a chair. That's absolutely fine. Down, up, down, up, down. Last 8. 8 and up, 7 and up, 6 and up, 5, straight up. 4, 1, feel it across the chest. 3, 2, 1 more. That's good. Now, take one weight, hold it lengthwise, elbows in. Take the weight over your head. Elbows bent. And this again is another good little tricep exercise. So working through the back of your arms or your underarms, triceps. It's just a different exercise. We did those ones at the beginning for the triceps, and this is just a different variation. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done, lovely. Okay, now to come up, roll onto your side, push yourself over onto your side, and then stand yourself slowly all the way up. Come up with a rounded back, rounded back. So we've got one more standing exercise for you. Turn your palms up. So do your bicep curl and then lift your shoulders. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, push up. 2. Try and keep your elbows fairly tight together. What you don't want to do is to let your arms go out that way. Keep them in. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Curl, push, hold, down. Thank you. That little thumbs up. You got it? Good. Curl, up, hold, down. So we've got a bicep curl, and then we lift into shoulders. lift into shoulders. Now, you could do, if you've got a problem with one arm or one shoulder, there is nothing to stop you to do this solo, single-armed. Yeah? Or you could just do an alternating arm. So you could do that one, and then this one, you could do it. It's up to you. So if you wanted to, you felt happier, you could do them singly and alternate them. 4 more. 4, up, hold, down. 3, up, hold, down. 2, hold. 1 more time. Curl, up, hold, and rest. Well done. Pop your weights down and roll your shoulders back. Well done, lovely. So there was quite a bit of upper body there. Upper body for shape the arms, shape your shoulders. Just roll them back, roll them forward. Take your hands onto the small of your back there, palms onto your back, and then bring your elbows together. And that is a lovely stretch for the front of your chest, a chest stretch. Because we've worked quite a bit across the front of the chest there. That's good. Take the hands in front, push forward, reach up tall. Now, I'm going to take hold of my right hand by my left and just gently pull the right arm over and stretch out. And back to centre. And now I'm going to use my right hand and I'm going to just ease my left side over a bit more. Good old stretch there. And then I'm going to take my hands in front, I'm going to push them forward, I'm going to look down slightly, and I'm going to stretch all around the back of my shoulders, and then come up and relax out. Take a nice deep breath, breathe in. Oh, and breathe out. Breathe in, and breathe it out. And one more deep breath in, and breathe it out. Well done, everybody, well done. So that was a little sort of weight, just turn that down a little bit, a little sort of weight, not weight training, but weight toning class. Not using overly heavy weights, 2 kilo was my max. Of course, if you're stronger or you want to make it a harder workout, you could go for a 2.5 or a 3 kilo. A lot of the moves I did with both arms together, but of course you could do it alternating, one at a time. If you re-watch this and do it again. Thanks, Connie. But it's just a lovely little 25 minutes we did roughly, time, 25 minutes. And it's just great for conditioning and for strengthening. Remember, strengthening the bones, especially for ladies as we get older, as we go through perimenopause, menopause and post-menopause. That's when our bones get brittler. Well, perimenopause really, when our bones start to get a little bit more frail. So if we can use some weights and do some exercises with just some little hand weights and some weight-bearing squats, that is certainly going to help a lot. And just do it a couple of times a week, that's all you need to do. So well done, everybody. Thank you for joining me today on the Virtual Village Hall. Thanks, Nadine. Good to see you again. And again, if you go into Virtual Village Hall and into their page, have a look at topics, and in the topics is where all the different things that we do, the different events, the different cookery, the singing, the poetry, the art, all the crafts, they're listed under the topics heading. And I think we come under health and fitness, so if you have a look back through the health and fitness topic, you'll see lots of other sort of, some of my salsa workouts and some of the other instructors on here and their little workouts. So don't be frightened to try something different, try something new, but just make sure you adapt it to suit you and, you know, make any adjustments you have to for your own sort of health and fitness. So thank you very much indeed. Oh, thanks, Catherine, and nice to see you on here. And have a good day, everybody, and I shall see you again very soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.